it's Miss Smith, and for our Counselor Craft Corner this week, we're going to be making cool down bingo cards. So it's a bingo game for you to play at home with your family, with your siblings, or you can play it in class with yourself. And I'll show you exactly how to make it and how to play it. First thing you're going to need is some paper. And that's the most important part. So you can use computer printer paper, you can use construction paper, you can even use something as small as an index card. Okay, any size paper you want. It can be scrap paper. You just want to make sure that you can make a good box on it. Okay, you're also going to need some scissors, and you're going to need some colorful pens and markers. Okay, you can also use colored pencils, whatever you have around, or crayons, whatever you want. And the last thing we're going to need is some stickers to mark when we've gotten our bingos. Or you can mark it with anything that you want. You can put little M&Ms on it, or you can put little dots on it, or you can color that box in, whatever you want to do. But I'm going to use stickers. All right, let's get started. So our first step to making our bingo is to take our paper. This is going to be my paper. I'm going to use some construction paper because I like how colorful it is. And then you're going to take your marker and you're going to draw a box, a square on your paper. You want it to be pretty big, or if you're using something small like an index card, you want it to be like the main size of what you're doing. So you want it to be kind of big on your paper, like outlining the edges. Okay, I'll show you what that looks like. Okay, so here is my box inside of my construction paper. You can see that it goes almost to the edges, but you still have a little bit of room so that we can do some decorating around the outside and make it kind of pretty. So on the inside now, we are going to make our grid that we can put our coping strategies on to play bingo. And so you're gonna make some lines down and across to make a grid, and I'll show you what that looks like. Okay, as you can see here, I have my bingo square made up, my grid. We have 5 spaces across and 4 spaces down. I made a free space here in the middle just because to give me a little bit of a break when I'm playing it. And I put my bingo at the top, but you don't have to have yours say bingo. And if you're using something small like an index card or a scrap piece of paper, you don't have to have this many boxes. You don't have to have a grid this big. You can have a smaller grid. You can only do 3 by 2, or you could do 2 by 2 and only have 4 squares. And you might have a parent or an older sibling help you make your grid. Okay, but it can be whatever you want it to be. Next, we are going to put our coping strategies in these grid squares. Okay, so coping strategies to help you calm down are things like doing deep breathing. It's things like going outside or playing a sport, getting a drink of water, eating a snack, taking a bath, thinking positively. It could be playing with a pet, or going for a walk, or stretching, counting to 10, reading a book. There's all kinds of coping strategies, and we've done so many videos about all the different kinds of coping strategies that help us and that you guys could try. So whatever works for you, you are going to fill in the spaces of your grid. You can write the words of what to do, like you could write count to 10, or you could draw a picture of what that coping strategy is. So if it's going outside, you could draw a picture of outside. Okay, so it's whatever you want it to be. But just make sure that what you are putting in the squares really helps you, or is really something that you can do and that you want to do to help you calm down when you're feeling stressed or angry or just not feeling very great. Okay, all right, I'll be back to show you what mine looks like when I'm done. Okay, So here's my finished bingo board. You can see I did a little bit of coloring around the outside, the edges, to make it kind of look a little bit cooler. And then I'll zoom it in a little. On the inside, I have my different things that make me feel better. So getting a drink of water, smiling, reading a book, eating a snack, watching TV, cleaning, which I know doesn't make everyone feel better, but it makes me feel better. We have singing or listening to music, ask for help, talk about it, take a bath, go outside, blow bubbles, and take 5 deep breaths. You can see I put the words and I put pictures just to make it a little bit funner. More fun, not funner, but and then I put boxes because after you do one of these, you're gonna take your sticker and put it in those boxes. So that's how mine is. And so our last step is to write out all of the things that you have on your bingo board. You're gonna write them all out, and then you're gonna take your scissors and you're gonna cut those out, okay, into like little strips of paper. And then once you are done cutting them out, we're gonna fold them up and then kind of shuffle them about, and then you can draw from that pile one of the bingo squares, and that will tell you what you need to do to practice in order to be able to put your sticker on your board. Okay, so I have all of my little strips of paper. I'm dropping some. And now you're gonna fold them up. Okay, so I have it. I'm gonna fold it in half and then fold it in half again. That way you can't see what is on those strips of paper, so you can't cheat and do something when like picking something when you're supposed to be at random. Okay, so then the way you use this is when you are feeling mad or angry or upset or even just sad, having a bad day, you can go to your bingo board, you can go to your little strips of paper, and you can, let's see, once you have all of them, you can put them in a cup or a little Ziploc baggie, and then you reach in, shuffle them around, you pick one, and then you open it up, and mine says watch TV. So when I'm feeling kind of crummy, I can watch TV, and then once I'm done, once I feel a little bit better, I'm gonna find my square that says watch TV. I'm gonna get a sticker, and then I'm gonna put it inside my box. Okay, and so once you get all of them filled up, either across, up and down, or you can't really do diagonal with this one, but if you have a box that you could do diagonal in, you could do diagonal. And then once you get them all filled up, you can get yourself a prize. So you might work with your parents and see if maybe they can do something special for you, like taking you out for ice cream or going to the park. So using your coping skills instead of kind of exploding with those emotions or bottling them up and just feeling really crummy and worse, maybe you can work with your parents and try to figure out a reward for using your coping skills instead. Okay, so that's how we make our bingo cards and our little bingo slips. And then remember to put your stickers, or you can use like a highlighter or colored pencil to shade in that square. I hope that was fun for you, and I hope that it helps you to calm down and to practice those coping skills that will make you feel better. Okay, have a great week.